Moving on to the next set, we have the H set. So this is the smallest set, but by no means does that make it the easiest. In fact, it can be quite difficult because of recognition. So there are only 8 cases each for here and here, but that's because of angles. So some algs, when rotated, make the same, just like this one here and this one here too. So exactly the same. So there's only 8 and 8, whereas this one and this one have 12 each. So there are 40 cases total. So it's the smallest, but you're gonna have to do some extra recognition work for it to actually work for you. Okay, so starting off, we have the no swap H set, or the pure H as I call it. I've got 3 cubes here because I know 3 different algs for it. Or 4 if you include like double soon cancelled into U-perm, but I'm not going to include that one in this one. So starting off, I'm going to show you the main alg I use. It's long, but I can execute in sub 1.1. So it's about 22, 23 TPS when I can get it good. And the alg goes like so. And repeat. I'll go, but with this laptop in my way, probably won't get it. Yeah, lockups. Yeah. So another alg, it's shorter. I'll include it anyway. It's not super finger tricky, but I'll include it. And we have an RU alg for the last one, so hold it from here. So my executed that was kind of like the old square one turning for that. So that's just one case, but 3 different algs. So next we have this pure pi plus H-perm. So for this one, it's the same from both angles. So you do want to do a soon from here, U prime, and then a back anti-soon. And now we have one of the ZBLL cases. So this is where you're going to really want to learn your own recognition, because without me kind of glancing at both ends or from different angles, it's kind of difficult for me to actually work out what it is just from one angle. So try and work these out yourself. It'd be better. I'm just telling you what works for me. So here, I can know this when you've got a bar here and a bar here. So I'm going to want to hold it from either angle. I'm going to want to do an anti-soon, U prime, and then a back soon. And then for the mirror case, so here, where you got them on the left and the left, similar thing. So you're going to want to do a Y or a Y prime. You're going to want to do a back anti-soon, U, and then a soon. So the next case, I'll show you both angles. You got this one here where it's in place, so think of it as a U-perm here. But I also look at it as there's going to be one of these, a bar. So I know it's here. And I can either do this lefty or I could do it from a Y2. I'm going to prefer to do it from here. And then I'm going to do a double back soon. So let's all think of it as breaking that mini bar. And the same for this one here. So you've got this all solved on the front, but then you got the bar here instead. This one is just double soon. Now this one here, where now these are opposite of each other, there will be another bar here, so on the left, so I'm going to want to hold it from this angle, so that wherever the bar is going to be on the right, and this one is going to be double anti-soon. So I think of it as bringing this down. And for the mirror of that, so you've got this opposite, and then you've got this here. So I'm going to hold it here, and it's a double back anti-soon. The next set I'll be showing will be the diag H, so diagonal swap. So recognition is quite simple. It's the same for both sides. I recognize it by having an opposite here, so this is opposite and these match. Same will be on here, same will be here. So you're going to want to hold it here, and there's two ways of doing this. It's either F triple sexy F prime, but I find it faster to do F triple inverse sexy. Okay, and the next case here, which is the H prime away, so solve block and opposite. Same here, same there, etc. Now, there's two algs for this. I do use both. One of them is, well, one's optimal and one is just better for execution. So for this one, the first one, the easier one to learn will be Niklas. In Niklas, just without the extra U between. The other alg for it, that I use, is you do it from this angle, and it's optimal. It's weird, but it's very enjoyable. Right, so for this case here, recognition does suck a little bit, but I kind of think of it as an anti-clockwise O, because I see that has to go here, that goes here, that would not go here, so here. Different minor angle, works both the same, and the L goes like so. I consider that the lefty, but I also consider it the nicer one of the two algs. And the mirror, where it's going this way instead. Again, same from here, it's just the same alg from the right. Now for the cases that don't have a U2 symmetry. So this case here. So you've got a solid bar, but then you've got this one that matches these. This one does not. And on this here, I kind of don't look at this one. So I just sort of see that, and I see this. So I hold it from here, so this is here, on the right, and the alg goes like so. Oh. There. And the mirror, where you've got bar and the matching here, so you still hold it from here, but you do the same alg, but from the back. So the next two cases are a little bit more difficult to recognize, but I do it by noticing this is opposite, and I notice that these are opposite. So, and there's not really anything else here. I kind of just focus on here. So I do hold it from here, and I do this alg. And finally, the mirror. So you have opposite and opposite. So I kind of think of it like a H. So op and op. You keep this one here and you do the mirror alg. Okay, so for this set, I think of this one as having a horizontal bar, so along here, and it kind of takes the cases from here as well because you just got to do a U2 from them. So for this case here, this is the standard for this set. This is opposite of these. And then this one here, I just see matches up with here. You could also recognize it from here as being the same, but I tend to focus on this side for majority of these cases. So the alg goes like so. Now, the next case of this set, similar in that these are matching. But this time I see this matches up with here. So I rotate and I use this alg. And the third case, which has this in front with its opposite, this time this matches up with here. You're going to want to do a Y2 and you're going to do the alg like so. So you're going to have a regrip here. So that was those three cases. The next three have the front edge matching these two corners now. So this one here, this matches here, the same on this side if you want to recognize them there. But I do this. And also another note is you got this bar here. And this alg goes like so. It's like this R-perm, but instead of doing the U2s, you do that. The next case is this one here, where it's matching, and this one kind of standalone. There's no other reds if you look at it from here. If you look at it from here, you kind of see that if you were to twist these two corners, this would be a solid block. I like to use that to assist recognition if I ever see it from here. But for this case, I hold here, and I'll do this. And the third case that has a matching front is just the mirror of that. So these match, and this it would be, if you were to twist a corner, it would essentially solve. So this alg goes like so. Bit of a weird grip, but I think it's a very nice alg. So the next three cases have this pattern on front where these two match and these are opposite. And I always focus on this edge. So for this one here, I see that this matches here. I sort of visualize it as if I was to twist it, it would be like a Z-perm block. And the alg goes like so. The next case, where you have this, and then you have this, which is, the orange here in this example would be standalone. You rotate the cube, and you do this. And the last case that has the middle piece here matching with the right, is this one, where now it's here. Previously, when I learned this out before, I did also note that I had this on the opposite side where it's opposite of these two. I don't find it as useful anymore, but it's there, so Y2 and this out. And with the next three cases, I change up my recognition a little bit. So with this one matching here, instead of looking at this edge here, I focus on this one. Just so I can sort of mirror the other cases for both owls and recognition. So for this case here, I do this. The next case, so you got this one, and this is a standalone. I rotate. I do this out, so and finally you got this one where these two match now. And this hour I'll go use something slightly different. Okay, so the next set is this one right here, where we have two matching. That's basically it. These two are not. I always like to recognize mine with these on the right. Just the way I learned, personal preference. I guess you could have learnt them from here, same as the others, but again, this is how I recognize. So for these ones here, the first thing I recognize is I always look at this edge and see if it matches up with this one, if it's opposite, like in this case, or if it's matching or opposite here. So the first three are going to be opposite of these, and the first case is these are opposite. So kind of like a H-perm if you look at it from other angles. So I hold it from here. I use the lefty out because I find it easier for me to do. If you want to do the righty one, just mirror it. And this is the alg. The next case is what people would use as the standard. So these are opposite, but now this top one matches here. And the alg goes like so. Basically, it's just a soon cancelled into a Nick class. And then for this one here, which is even easier to recognize, so you've got the opposite here, and then you've got this bar. Same as the previous alg, just from the back. So the next three cases, this time this matches these two, and this one is a bar. Same as the other side, so if you do ever get it from here, you know you can just start the alg, because it starts from this angle. And it's a combo alg. Start with a soon, and then you get this ZBLL. So then the next case is you get these three, and now these two match. Again, you do it from here, and out goes like so. And the last alg, where the edge here matches, is this one here, so this is opposite. It is a mirror of the previous one, so there is a bar here, which I'm aware of. Again, this one, you start from here. So I guess you can help there. and the alg goes like so. So the next three cases, this time this edge matches with this corner sticker here. And for this case in particular, you've got this here. It is also worth noting you've got this. So there are two cases here where you've got like a double block sort of thing, which I find very useful for this. And here you rotate to here, and the alg goes like so. The next case is this one here. So sometimes I don't even look at whether this is matching here. I just sort of recognize this as a twisted corner. If I was to twist this corner, it would be a tripod case. So I do it like so. It's actually one of my favorite, this set. And the last one, where it matches, let me just set it up. Apparently I duplicated a cube. So now these two match. Now you've got these two as opposites. And for this case, you're going to want to do a Y2, and the alg goes like so. The last three cases, this time the edge is opposite of this corner. And it's the mirror of the other one where there's two bars, so you've got there and there. And this time you're going to want to rotate here, and the alg goes like so. The next case, where you've got this is opposite here, and then you've got a sort of a matching pair here. And this one you're going to want to rotate with a Y2, and you're going to do this alg. And the last alg for the H subset is this one here. So these are opposite, and these two are also opposite. And this is a combo alg where it cancels. So this one you want to do a back anti-soon, and then it becomes this case here. So you follow through, and you just